Hello, welcome back to Unit 3 of the Ielts. I'm Steve, and I'll be discussing some common topics in Part 3 of the speaking test. In this lesson, tips on how to answer more comprehensive questions about education and work will be discussed. Questions about education systems, school curriculum, career, employment rates, job satisfaction, and other factors that affect one's job, retirement, and how the government supports retirees may be asked under this topic. Educational systems and work issues are sometimes difficult to discuss because some questions may tackle social issues and may demand you to think deeply for a long time. However, you're not given preparation time in Part 3, even though it's considered to be the most difficult part, so you have to give an answer immediately. In this lesson, an important key skill that you will learn is buying time. Buying time is needed in some cases. If you get a question that you find too difficult to answer, you may start speaking even if you need time to think. There are some phrases you can use to help you speak and think about your answer to the question. These phrases will not affect your score. However, they should only be used when necessary. Using these phrases many times will show that you don't understand the questions. These sentences let the examiner know that despite being under pressure, you're trying to answer the question. A bag of nerves is also an idiom which will be added to your points. Despite saying that you're experiencing a mental block, you should still try to answer the question. As stated in the last sentence, you can take a few moments to think about the question, but make sure not to take too much time. Try to say something after 5 seconds. If you're still unsure of your answer, you can start your sentence with "I guess" to signal that you're going to give your opinion. Being honest about not knowing the answer is fine, as long as you still try to say something related to it. Just tell the examiner what you know. There's another idiom in this sentence, cup of tea. If you are asked a question that you do not know much about, buy time so that you can think of how to expand your answer. This phrase will let the examiner know that you're trying to say something related to the topic, even if you know little about it. These are some of the phrases or sentences you can use to buy time, but remember to only use them when needed. Another way to buy time is to ask for repetition. While the examiner is repeating or rephrasing the question, you'll have time to think of an answer. However, do not do this every time you're having trouble thinking of a response, since repetition often means you cannot comprehend the question or the pronunciation and/or meaning of words. Now, let us look at some questions about work and education. This question might be easy for some to answer, but others may find it difficult, especially when they didn't go to both private and public schools. Hesitation in giving a positive or negative answer may also cause examinees to struggle with this question. You may use a phrase to buy time while thinking of what to say. This question is easy to understand, so asking for clarification is not recommended. Buy time by using one of the phrases in this lesson. You will need to support your prediction and provide examples to strengthen it. So think and organise your thoughts quickly. Observe how the phrase was used in the sample answer. Part 3 questions are unpredictable, so knowing how to buy time will be very helpful during the test. It's more appropriate to use these phrases in Part 3 than in Part 1, since questions at the beginning of the speaking test are mostly just about you. Questions about work and education can range from average to difficult, so being familiar with questions concerning these topics will be very helpful. Talking about these topics also needs high-level vocabulary, so read more and always stay updated with current events. That concludes our lesson for today. Review your notes and I'll see you next time. Bye.